Okay, there's two different ways you could do this. You could combine these right now because they're on the same level. Or you could get rid of the negatives and you could flip them first. Which would you prefer? Would you prefer I combine them now or always get rid of the negatives first? Get rid of the negatives, okay? So that means these are going to switch. So when you rewrite them, it's going to be y to the first. If you don't write y to the first, that's fine. You could just write a y over x squared times x squared over y to the sixth. Now really, that multiply dot in between, you could just make it one big bar. Okay, they're all multiplied together. Then we just reduce. So x to the second over x to the second just becomes 1 times 1. And if you have 1y on the top, 6 of them on the bottom, this one cancels out and you're left with 5 on the bottom. So all that's left behind in this problem is 1 over y to the fifth as an answer. 1 over y to the fifth. Or if you wanted to do it the other way, I'll show you just in case, okay? You could add these exponents together because they have the same base. So x to the 0 power over, if you added negative 1 and positive 6, you'd get y to the fifth. And again, anything to the 0 equals 1 over y to the fifth. Okay, so either way, doesn't really matter which way you did this, that still would have worked. Okay, so these aren't problems where you have to do it exactly one way. You do have a little bit of choice when it comes to adding together exponents and flipping things. Try another one. How about in parentheses a to the negative 2b all raised to the negative 1 power over, again in parentheses, ab squared raised to the negative 2 power. A to the negative 2b all raised to the negative 1 power over ab squared raised to the negative 2 power. For this one, you first need to distribute your exponents. So this goes to the a and the b. In the denominator, the negative 2 gets distributed all the way through. So if you multiply these together, we get a squared, negative 2 times negative 1 gives you a positive 2. B to the negative 1 over, again, multiply a to the negative 2, b to the negative 4. Now, be careful not to reduce just yet because a to the second over a to the negative 2 do not cancel each other out. That does not work. Okay, so move your negative exponents. So that one goes to the top, b goes to the bottom, this b goes to the top. If you rewrite things, you still have a to the second on the top. That one did not move. But you also have another a to the second on the top. This b to the fourth comes positive when it moves to the top, and you still have b to the first. And then finally, simplify, so a to the second and another a to the second, that's a to the fourth, right? Because this is basically 2 of them and another 2 of them. And b to the fourth, if you have 4 on top, 1 on the bottom, these are going to cancel out on the bottom, and you'll be left with 3 on the top. So a to the fourth, b cubed is the answer that we're looking for there. Okay, and then last one, I'll give you some time to work. Last one, I want you to do r to the negative 1 over s to the negative 2 multiplied by r to the negative 1 over s squared raised to the negative 1 power. R to the negative 1 over s to the negative 2 multiplied by r to the negative 1 over s squared, all raised to the negative 1 power. This negative 1 outside is going to multiply to both the numerator and denominator. It does not go to this first one because it's not in the parentheses. Okay, so if you rewrite this, we still have r to the negative 1 over s to the negative 2 times r to the negative 1 times negative 1 is positive 1 over s to the negative 2. Two different ways you could do this. Okay, if you add these together, that would give you r to the 0 over s to the negative 4. R to the 0 reduces to be a 1. Anything to the 0 power equals 1. And then your s to the negative 4 would move to the top. So you'd end up with s to the positive 4 on the top. That's the answer we're looking for. Or if you always want to move your negatives first, these could flip. This one goes to the top, and you'd end up with R to the first, S to the second, another S to the second, over R to the first. These could cancel, these R's, and you'd still end up with S to the fourth. So a couple different ways that you could have gotten the same answer.